There's a stretch of road I take home every evening where the sun drops right down to eye level. And for about 90 seconds, I can't really see, not a little glare. I mean, the whole windshield goes white. The car in front of me disappears into the light, and I'm steering by memory and the edge of the lane. For most people, that's just an annoying part of the drive. They flip the visor down, throw on sunglasses, squint, and it passes. But for a lot of folks, that bright wash of light isn't a 90-second problem. It's every sunny day, every set of oncoming headlights at night, every white-tiled store and every glowing screen. Their eyes water, their head starts to pound, and driving stops feeling safe. I'm Tori Dewberry. I started my MyEyeRx because I kept meeting people dealing with exactly that, and almost nobody was telling them the plain truth about what their options actually are. So that's what this is. No hype, no miracle cure, just a straight explanation of light sensitivity behind the wheel. And one option a lot of people don't realize exists. Let me say the honest part up front because I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to pretend to be one. Nothing in this video is medical advice or legal advice. It's general education. If your eyes hurt, see an eye care professional. And before you change anything on your vehicle, check the rules for the state you actually live in. I'll come back to that because it matters. So let's start with the thing itself. Light sensitivity. The medical word you'll hear is photophobia, which sounds dramatic, but just means your eyes are unusually bothered by light. And here's what surprises people. It's not rare and it's not in your head. It rides along with a long list of ordinary conditions. Migraines are a big one. Bright light can trigger an attack or make one 10 times worse. Dry eye does it. So can certain eye surgeries while you heal, including LASIK and cataract work. Some folks are born with eyes that just let in more light. And a whole shelf of common medications lists sensitivity to light right there on the side of the bottle. The point is, if bright light genuinely hurts your eyes, you are in very normal company. Millions of people are driving around squinting through it and assuming they just have to white knuckle it. Now, why does this get dangerous specifically in a car? Because a windshield is basically a big magnifying window for everything that bothers a light-sensitive eye. You've got direct sun. You've got sun bouncing off every other car's paint and chrome. You've got it reflecting up off wet pavement after rain. And at night, you flip the whole thing around. Now it's oncoming headlights and LED streetlights stabbing into eyes that are already tired. When a sensitive eye gets hit with that, it doesn't just squint, it can tear up, it can spasm, and there's a beat, sometimes a full second or two, where you genuinely cannot see the road. At highway speed, a second is 100 feet. That's the part people don't take seriously enough. So, what can you actually do about it? Let's go through the honest ladder, from the simplest stuff to the part most people have never heard of. Step one is the obvious gear, and you should absolutely do it. Good sunglasses, real ones, polarized, that cut glare instead of just dimming everything. Keep a spare pair in the car so you're never caught without them. Use the visor. Keep your windshield clean inside and out because a filmy windshield scatters light and makes glare worse. These things help, and they're free or close to it. But here's the ceiling on all of that. Sunglasses do nothing for you at night when headlight glare is the problem. In fact, dark glasses at night make it worse, and they're not safe to drive in. The visor only blocks one small slice of sky, and none of it does a thing for the light pouring in through your side windows and back glass. For somebody with real daily light sensitivity, that's not enough, and they know it's not enough. That's where window tint comes in, and this is the part I want you to understand clearly. Tint on your windows knocks down the total amount of light coming into the cabin from every direction all day and all night. For a light-sensitive person, that can be the difference between dreading a drive and just driving. Calmer eyes, less squinting, less of that pounding behind the temples by the time you get home. Now, you already know there's a catch, and here it is. Every state has a window tint law, a limit on how dark your windows are legally allowed to be, measured by how much light gets through. Go darker than the limit and you can get a ticket, fail inspection, the whole headache. That's exactly why most people with sensitive eyes never go dark enough to actually help. They're trying to stay legal. But, and this is the piece almost nobody tells you, most states have a medical exemption built right into that tint law. What that means in plain English is this. If you have a documented medical reason to keep more light off your eyes, your state may allow you to legally run darker tint than the normal limit. The law already accounts for people like you. It's not a loophole and it's not a trick, it's a written in exception for a real medical need. The catch is that you have to do it the right way. Generally speaking, and this varies by state, so this is the part you verify locally. You need proper documentation from a qualified provider stating the medical need. And depending on where you live, you may need to carry that paperwork in the vehicle or file it with the state. Skip the documentation and you're just running illegal tint. Do it correctly and you're covered. That whole process, figuring out if your situation fits and getting the right documentation in order, is the thing MyEyeRx exists to make simple, instead of you trying to decode a statute and chase down forms on your own. Let me give you the honest limits too, because I won't sell you something that isn't true. Tint is not a cure. It does not fix the underlying reason your eyes are sensitive. If you've got migraines or dry eye or anything else going on, you still need to see your eye doctor and treat that. Tint is a tool that reduces how much light reaches your eyes while you drive. That's all it is. But for the right person, that one tool changes the whole experience of being in a car. So here's what I'd actually do if you're watching this and nodding along. First, take the everyday stuff seriously, real polarized sunglasses, a clean windshield, the visor. Second, if light genuinely hurts your eyes, see an eye care professional and get the real reason looked at. And third, find out what your state's tint law and medical exemption actually say, because you may have an option sitting there that you never knew was legal. Before you go, do me a favor. Down in the comments, tell me two things: what state you're in and what bright light gives you the most trouble. Is it the morning commute straight into the sun, headlights at night? I read these and they tell me which states and which problems to dig into next, because the rules really are different everywhere. Next time, I'm going to walk through state by state how to actually find your tint limit and whether a medical exemption is on the table where you live. Until then, keep your sunglasses in the car, keep that windshield clean, and take care of your eyes out there.